Okay, hello guys, this is your host Njo'kiey. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've not managed to make some content for some time. I was just energizing myself, but I hope you are well and the good God have kept you safe and well. Well, today I feel like I want to talk about why we have too much, like why do we have, or how do I understand about the sibling rivalry, hatred among the families, hatred towards mother-in-laws to their daughters-in-law, and from one family to other after a marriage. Or your own sisters or brothers are hating somebody you get married to, or somebody a family that you marry from. And from this I'm going to take the reference from the Bible. uh, the Bible says that your enemies are that of your homestead. That the enemy, your greatest enemies, your greatest rivalry, they come from your homestead. There's nowhere in the Bible say that the society is an enemy. There's nowhere in the Bible say that an enemy is somebody who betrays you. It says the greatest enemies to a human are that of your homestead. So let's take the name homestead and break it down. What is a homestead? A homestead is the environment that you come from, that you grow, and the people you grow with. So definitely that means somebody, your father, your mother, your sister, your brothers, your close cousins, because we have families that have the setup of all living together in one place. So according to my understanding, because I'm a free thinker, I don't think according to the system how it wants me to think. I've always been a free thinker, and from my own experience I can say that verse has got too much relevance in our lives that we live. But we tend to, because it comes from the holy book, we tend to think that it has a different meaning. That many Christians they think that even Jesus was not loved, so who am I to be loved? And you know, words they are spells. So when you say that even Jesus was not loved, who am I to be loved by everybody? Definitely they don't believe in love. Yet the same Jesus used to preach and used to say that love one another, this is the first commandment with a promise. And this is why most of the time I confidently say that as a person who has read the Bible and tried to decipher it on my own terms, I definitely when I say it's the way I understand it, because everything we understand, even the pastors, the lecturers, they teach according to how they decipher the thing, because we all have different ways of discerning information. We all have different ways of downloading information. We all have different ways of how we see things, we manifest things, we affirm things. Okay, and that's why it says that we are uniquely and beautiful in our own ways. We are special in our own ways. There is a deeper meaning when you say you are special in your own way. And when you say special, it means you have a right to, and the Mother Universe has blessed you to be special. So you don't need to think according to how everybody thinks. You don't need to reason how other people are reasoning. You don't need to do things according to how the society expects you. That's how you show how special you are. Now, going back to our topic, I have read also a verse that says, I'll put the verses here, that I am God your God, and I will turn a mother-in-law against a daughter-in-law, the sons against their fathers. So this is a different verse from the one that I'm saying that the enemy to your homestead, in your homestead, are your greatest enemies. This sister-in-law, mother-in-law is also some part of the homestead. Now here comes strangers, people from the society. Now, according to how I understand, or I came to read that verse, there's so many contradictions, because how can a teacher, and I'm sorry for the people that maybe will feel like, act like I'm going to make you feel like I'm questioning your religion. That's precisely for the Christians, because they're the ones who believe in this. How can Christ teach you that love is the greatest commandment with a promise? Then the same teachings, they tell you that your greatest enemies are that of your homestead. Then the same book and the same God who inspired that book to be written says that I will turn, if you follow Jesus who was sent to save humankind, that he's going to turn a man against his sons, a mother-in-law against daughters-in-law, and so which is which? Because definitely here there is the origin of sibling rivalry, the origin of where a hate among families comes from. It's typically clear, and I agree that the greatest enemies to you, to an individual, is that of your homestead. Being related blood race doesn't mean they will all like you, doesn't mean they will all love you. They are the people that hurt us more than anybody else. The people we grow up, our parents entrusting us to them in their hands, are the same people that put us to too much childhood traumas. They're the people who molest the children. The people who are close to you by blood, that means related to you by blood, are the people who will make you lose your self-esteem before anybody else reaches it. The people that are related to us by blood are the same people that utters words that can turn a child against their mother, are the same people that can utter words that can turn a niece to an aunt, to an uncle, a nephew. It's all a chain of a circle of things that goes on and on. And what surprises me, inspires me, and leaves me amazed is, despite many being a believer of the book, they don't want to admit that whatever is in there, it's either they don't understand what it means, or they just want to ignore because it purposely came from God, it was inspired by God. For me, I take the Bible like a metaphor. It's just a literal book, like a history book. I don't take it like it's something that God gave, because definitely God is God. God cannot have status. God cannot be defined. God cannot be limited. So what I know, I don't believe, I know God cannot be limited in a book. So when you say that the thoughts and the teachings of God are just found compiled up in one book written by different people, and when somebody questions you, why Mark, John, Luke, Matthew, they've written things that contradict each other, yet they came from the same, they are students, they're learners from the same teacher, that the Jews call him a rabbi. Yet when they give different stories, you give excuses. What surprises me, or makes me just get it funny, is why should you be making excuses for your teacher? The teacher knows you. Because what I know, when the student appears, when somebody who's ready to learn appears, is ready, that is when a student is ready to learn, the teacher always appears. So when you are making excuses why your teacher made an error, or why your teacher taught you the wrong thing, you make excuses, you are being part of the problem. Because if you can't be a part of a solution, you are being part of the problem. So according to me as an individual, I find it rather odd to try defend a book that clearly says that your greatest enemies are those of your homestead. The same book that tells you clearly that a father will turn against a son, that a mother will be turned against a daughter. That means chaos. And the same book and the same teacher says that I teach love. God is love. Love your enemies and love your neighbors as you love yourself, because this is the only commandment with a promise. So what my point is, don't go making excuses that nobody loved Jesus, so who am I to be loved? Because definitely nobody hated Jesus. If you can read the clear story and the original, how it was just intertwined to fit into their narrative. Don't just go uttering words then say that today whatever fits you, you can say, because definitely words are energies, and the universe always reciprocates the energies that we throw out there. And that energies is a collective of different main energies. According to it is negative or positive, it always resonates with what we are feeling, our emotions, because they are energies. So when you say that Jesus was not loved by everybody, so neither can I, that is definitely what is going to happen. And if you keep on quoting the same thing, that the greatest enemies are that of your homestead, but yet tomorrow you start complaining that a mother is a mother, you start saying that a father is a father, that siblings shouldn't hate each other, the emotion gets to get so confused that, so which is which? You have to choose which side you are on. It's either you stand with the words and believe that is what you were promised, or just stand away and say this is not my portion. Every day is a learning day, and if you don't take the initiative to understand things according to you and according to how the environment is teaching you and according to your own narratives, you'll keep on just being a follower of teachings. You'll always be a follower of heresies. You'll always be a follower of many things that will not work according to your path, that they will make you run away from your path. It is a broad topic that just needs to be broken little by little, and every day, as I said, is a learning day. I think that will be all enough for today. That the words that comes from your mouth, they can either be words of healing to your own soul or destruction. And words are spells, and words are energies, and energies will always vibrate in a spiral way, and they always come back to where they began. So when you say homestead, you should always ask yourself and look deeper into the meaning of words before you claim them, before you possess those words, and try to make those words like a word that can comfort you. Always look at the deeper meaning of something without using the narrative of somebody else. You can use your experiences, you can use your environment, you can use your own knowledge, your own research to understand what these metaphorical words, these literacy words, what they mean in a deeper way on your own way, because the truth is always within us. You can never find a truth outside. It is always within us. Find the truth within you. Please like, and if not subscribe to my channel, do so, share, and we're together. Thank you.